Smith has just scored his 150, and he is receiving a rapturous round of applause. So, all of a sudden the momentum of the game has completely shifted just when Diamond Creek needed it. That partnership for the second wicket for Macleod was quite troublesome and difficult, and now finally they have gotten a couple of wickets and gotten back into this contest. Comes into bowl. Driven back to the bowler. Well, the wicket we saw in the last ball of the last over was just beat the batsman, and he wasn't able to get forward and get himself outside the line, and he wasn't able to get his bat down there fast enough to chomp it down as a Yorker. So he was just outplayed by the pace, I think, more than anything else. Comes into bowl. Ooh, plays it off the back foot, pushes it, fielded by mid-off. Suddenly the noise coming from the Diamond Creek players has increased many notes. Definitely much more excited about their cricket now that they've got these 2 wickets. Comes into bowl. Oh, inside edge. Fielded there by mid-wicket. Comes into bowl, leaves it alone outside the off stump. Well, now's the chance, because Diamond Creek are way behind in terms of trying to defend the score. The required run rate is not formidable, so now they have a chance to get lots of dot balls. Whoa! Played the ball way too early and hit the hip. It was a hip breaker. It wasn't the classic hip breaker ball, which is the other side of your hip, but it was a hip breaker. Just way too early for that ball. Comes into bowl. And driven, but straight to mid-off for a dot ball. Maiden. It's 42 for 3. Okay, so change of the field, sorry. They've put an extra fielder onto the leg side, so now there's 3 on the leg side. 6 free field. Comes into bowl. Leaves alone outside the off stump. Into bowl, down the leg side and wide. Comes into bowl. Oh, defended. Full ball at the middle stump. Defended. Oh, keep it going up to the stumps. Ooh. No, he hasn't. Dot ball there. Trying to build up as much pressure as they can. Not only is it about building up the dot balls and building up and getting those appeals and those half chances and the quarter chances to build up more pressure, but it's also about the chatter, motivating your team, trying to demotivate your opponents. Leg glanced, but fielded there by the fielder in square leg. Square leg? No, mid wicket. The key is obviously to bowl a number of dot balls, and then the chances of a wicket falling increase. Comes into bowl and tries to leg glance it this time to mid-on for a dot ball. So the 2 wickets fell at the end of the 12th over, then there was a maiden in the 13th, and other than the wide, we've seen 5 dot balls in this over the 14th. So 13 balls for 1 run. It's not enough to get a wicket, but it's a good start to build up that pressure that you need to take those wickets. Comes into bowl. And it's well driven, but mid-off runs around and covers it and stops it from conceding any runs. So, just the 1 run from it. It's 43 for 3. New over. Oh, well, very aggressively driven, but straight to mid-off for a dot ball. Lots and lots of chatter and sledging. What will be going through this batsman's mind as he tries to play the ball? And pushes it gently back to the bowler for a dot ball. So this is the 15th over. There are 6 overs to go before we're halfway through the innings and we're going to have the drinks break. Right now Macleod are far ahead of the required run rate, so it's going to be about wickets. Whoa! And it's over the head of the fielder, and they're going to have to go for 2, and they're not going to go for the 3rd. So that was unfortunate. That was the ball. That was the shot. The bad, ugly slog shot where you just do not get into position. You don't get your body weight right. You don't get your center of gravity right. You don't get your arms or your elbows in the right position. It's just an ugly, ugly slog, and that's when you go out. Comes into bowl, left alone outside the off stump. So that's when it happens. When you build up pressure, the batsman starts to get nervous, and then when the opportunity that he thinks is time for scoring, he doesn't do all the proper things that a batsman should do, and he makes a mistake. That one did not go to hand though. No extra wicket for Diamond Creek. Whoa! And it's a wicket! Well! Well. That was another ugly shot. The batsman did not step into the ball. He just sort of placed his foot down the pitch where he thought the ball might be, and then he swung without keeping his wrists cocked or his elbows in position. So it was just an ugly slog shot, and he did not think he got the edge, but the umpires did. So that is another wicket. So that is 45 for 4. Now things are getting interesting, because now the question of preservation of wickets and making sure that you actually have enough batsmen to actually chase down these runs becomes a factor into consideration, which didn't happen if there was only 2 or 3 wickets down. But now things are up in the air, because being 4 wickets down, then you think, okay, if we play another dumb shot, and then another piece of bowling, good piece of bowling happens, then we are 6 wickets down. And it's the Shane Warne rule. You always add 2 wickets for, I think, 20 runs, and then you see what would happen. What would the situation of the match be like that? And in the case of Macleod, 2 for 20 or 2 for 30 or 2 for 40 would be very bad for them now that they're 4 wickets down rather than 2 or 3. So that extra wicket has really good, has really improved Diamond Creek's situation now. Can they capitalise on it? And it's driven, and oh, fielder at point is able to run around. So the fielder at short cover tried to dive and save it, but he couldn't. But the fielder at point ran around and secured it. It's 4 for 45. Comes into bowl. Oh. One run there. Tight single. The Diamond Creek players were excited about it, but it looks rather simple. Okay, so the new batsman, left-hander, is on strike. 2 slips, gully, point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, square leg, mid-wicket. Very orthodox field. Oh! Thick outside edge, secured there by the gully for a dot ball off the half of volley. So now the run rate is just about 3 runs per over for Macleod, which means they're still way ahead of the run rate, and the required run rate is not something they have to be worried about. It will be the wickets that they have to be concerned with. Comes into bowl, leaves it alone outside the off stump. I would say that these 5 overs are going to be really crucial, because can Diamond Creek continue to press down their foot onto the Macleod team until the drinks break, or will they start to ease off the pressure? And it's over the head of the fielders in the leg side, and they're going to go for 2, and they get 2. Those are the most annoying ones, when you think you've done some good bowling, you get the batsman to play a less than ideal shot, but that you concede runs from it. Do you let something like that get to you, and you lose your motivation to continue your aggression? Comes into bowl. And it's a wide of the fielder at mid-off, and he has to roll to save it, so 1 run there. Comes into bowl. Ooh, defended comfortably. It's 4 for 49. Continuing to bowl. Ooh, defends off the front foot, dot ball. So slip, gully are the 2 attacking fielders. Then you've got point and cover point on the line, then a regulation extra cover, and then mid-off and mid-on on the line, and then so is mid-wicket and square leg are also on the line. Left alone. So what this means is push onto the leg side anywhere would probably get a quick single, or a push towards square of the wicket on the off side. As long as you beat the gully, you'll get a quick single. Or if you really wanted to take a risky run, they would push towards mid-off or mid-on, get past the bowler. And straight to the regulation cover. Because there's still 21 balls left before the drinks break. Now, maintaining high intensity pressure for that long is going to be a lot of hard work, but can Diamond Creek do it? And driven, and fielded there by the fielder at mid-off. Comes into bowl. Ooh, tries to chop out a full ball at the toes, and he does so. Dot ball. Comes into bowl. And again glances it off his pads to the fielder at mid-wicket. Dot ball. That's a maiden. It is still 49 for 4. Change the bowling. We've got a spinner. So spin in the 18th over. Ooh, that's off spin. Oh, works it down the legs to fine leg. They're getting 1. They're going to go for 2. That's 50 up for Macleod. So the field is short third man, point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, square leg, short fine leg, slip, and then a cow's corner, deep, wide, long on. Ooh. So just the one attacking fielder and then the fielder in the deep. The rest saving 1 on the line. Forces it back to the bowler. Dot ball. Comes into bowl. Oh, tries to advance and leg glances it, and the fielder at mid-on has to run around and secure it. So they get an extra run there. These 1s and 2s will really hurt Diamond Creek because they know they have very few runs to play with, and so much work still needs to be done. So they just cannot afford to allow these little runs to be scored here and there. Comes into bowl and defended off the front foot and thought about a quick single, but it was comfortably a dot ball. It's 52 for 4. It's getting late in the day now. It's heading into this evening period. The sun is getting lower in the sky. Comes into bowl. And glances it off his toes. The fielders at mid-wicket and square leg have to chase it down. They got 2. They're going to go with the third on the arm? No, they do not. Just the 2 there. What can Diamond Creek do in these final 11 balls before the drinks break to just take another wicket or keep the run scoring down, just to make sure that they don't allow Macleod to get back on top of this game as they have been for most of this second innings. Getting some dot balls, some appeals will make sure that they know that they're still in this contest. Comes into bowl, leaves it alone outside the off. At this point, Macleod should be very happy with where they're at and should be looking to try to get to the drinks break more or less halfway through the run chase. They've scored about half of the runs, and the other half is to score in the second half. Comes into bowl, leaves it alone again. Comes into bowl. Ooh, not the most convincing shot, but a thick outside edge down to backward point. Gets one run. In considering the situation of the game, Macleod would be very happy with those little runs. They wouldn't be thinking of taking any major risks coming towards the end of the session. And it's a full toss, driven and straight to mid-off for a dot ball. End of the over. It's 55 for 4. Alright, so this is the final over for the drinks break. And the fourth wicket, comes into bowl and driven to mid-off for a dot ball. The fourth wicket fell in the 15th over, and now we're in the 20th over. So Macleod have stopped losing any more wickets for the last few overs. And quick single there. Nice little single there, because there was actually a fielder there at square leg, but they made sure to hit it very gently and to run immediately, and that allowed them enough time to get the single. And they're just organising the field now for the left-hander. It's 4 saving 1 on the offside. Blocked, dot ball. And then on the leg side there's 3 saving 1, with the 1 fielder in the deep and the 1 catcher at slip. Comes into bowl and defended very comfortably off the front foot. Comes into bowl and it's a full toss, driven it to cover. Just the 1 run off that over. It's 56 for 4. And yes, it is time for the drinks break. So the players will be getting some beverages, and we will see what is to happen in the final 20 overs of the game. In the meantime, why don't you enjoy a nice photo montage? Until then, we'll be back soon.
The TV man spoke of death on some coast. I saw the crumbling debris. It dealt me a blow, but I'm thankful to know that it could never happen to me. I am standing on motionless land, a constant under my feet. God, four walls and a roof overhead, it could never happen to me. I feel for the poor folks who wander the streets in search of their daughters and sons. It's sad there are people with nothing to eat, but I'm thankful I'll never be one. I've worked for my family and home. My whole life I fought to be free. No one deserves to be homeless alone, but it could never happen to me. I've lived my life righteous and wise. I've chosen my path carefully. Someone just has to be smiling on high, 'cause it could never happen to me. No, I'm not without flaws, and I've suffered through loss. I've got problems that weigh on my mind. I've got bills to pay and a son on the way, so I've gotta save every dime. These things always happen so far from my door, as if tragedy lives overseas. I wish I could help, but I'm glad for myself that it could never happen to me. It could never happen to me.
Australia have not lost another wicket. They are 362 for 4. So Smith is on 160 something not out, and Mitch Marsh is on 50 something not out, and their partnership is continuing on. And as we just saw there, the Diamond Creek captain was addressing his players, trying to motivate them. Clearly they are aware of what the task is ahead of them. They have 50 something runs to play with. It is 50 something runs to win for Macleod, and 20 overs are left in the game to chase them down. So in terms of runs per over rate, this is not the most difficult thing to do in the world, but 4 wickets down. Also, when you get shocked or shell-shocked by sudden events like a wicket falling, it takes you a couple of, 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes to get your head back in the game. And those are the times when maidens can happen, and suddenly the required run rate can blow out and you've lost many wickets. So that there's still work to be done for Diamond Creek, but they can still certainly get back into this. It's just a matter of being disciplined, executing and taking advantage of the opportunities when they arise. Okay, first ball after the drinks break. Here we go. And defended. We've got a change of the bowling at the Elizabeth end. Looks like a slow left arm bowler. Ooh! I'm not. He doesn't look like he's spinning it that much. I'm not seeing his fingers go around the ball in the sort of serious way that someone does when they're trying to spin the ball a mile. Instead, he seems to be bowling those dart style off spinners that don't spin that much, but don't have a lot of flight or dip or anything. Yeah, so he's definitely bowling darts. Comes into bowl and defended. Having two spinners on at the same time would be very exciting. It would really put some pressure on Macleod because of how fast these overs go by. And they're going to get one. Down to long on. Just the one run there. It's 57 for 4. Okay. Comes into bowl. And defended off the front foot. Short third man. Backward point. Cover point. Cover. Mid off. Mid on, square leg, short fine leg. And short fine leg has to run, chase that. They're going to go 2, and they get 2. So all the fielders are on the line except for square leg, who's on regulation, and then there's the deep cow's corner fielder. And it's a full toss, and straight to the cover fielder. So there's lots of quick singles there if you want to push it into the offside. And gets the gap between short fine leg and square and mid wicket, sorry, in the square leg region, and they get the 1. That's all they'll need, Macleod. They just need the 3 runs per over. So Diamond Creek need to find a way of stopping those little runs here and there. Bowl and pushes it and straight to cover for dot ball. Another very quick over. It is 4 for 60. Comes into bowl. And they get 1 run. So now the left-hander is on strike. Now, this is very defensive from Diamond Creek. They need wickets here, and they need to stop singles. And they seem to be just defending the boundaries by having everyone on the ring. No one is up close to stop a quick single, and no one is attacking. Very defensive. They just don't have enough runs to play with to be this defensive. And driven straight to cover for a dot ball. I guess the hope is that these spinners will just increase the required run rate by getting lots of fast, cheap overs through, and then they can worry about taking wickets with faster bowlers when the required run rate is higher. Because this is not how to win the game, just with this type of bowling. And straight back to the bowler for a dot ball. Comes into bowl. And driven straight to the extra cover fielder for a dot ball. Just the 1 run off it. Now things get interesting. And driven, and the fielder, the bowler saves it. Saves a run there. And yes, getting a polite, some clapping. It's 61 for 4. Alright, the off spinner to continue. Bowling at the Diamond Creek trail end. Left alone outside the off stump. Same field. One run there, down to short fine leg. Every fielder, except for the Cow's Corner wide long on, is saving one on the ring. And now for the left-hander, the fielder is more at deep mid-wicket. Comes into bowl and plays it off the back foot, pushes it for a dot ball. If this type of bowling can go on for another 15 minutes, things will start working, you know, the maths will start working against Macleod rather than with them. So Diamond Creek need to continue along this way and don't make a mistake like bowl some bad balls that concede expensive overs. Ooh, well, bit of a cautious push there. Comes into bowl, and that's the big shot. Oh, that was the aggressive shot that was bound to happen. They will not let you get away with this type of cricket for very long before they try and counter-attack you. It's 63 for 4.